been an absolute revelation, the pony races, although they're sans ponies at the moment as they take place in a bit of a running race.
There's
down
bigger
the...
kick.
Oh, yeah, well, he's bold front running type, you know. Get to the front and stay that way. Of course, the pony racing. Lindy Maurice has created the series over the last couple of years and it has been such an immense success. Lindy's also a nominee for tonight's Racing Women Awards at the Gold Coast. Congratulations on your nomination there, Lindy, but also this series. It has been so brilliant to see these young girls and boys involved and hopefully we foster the next generation of people in our industry.
Thanks, Emma. I think that disconnect we have from this next generation is probably the greatest challenge we face as an industry. So we're really excited to be just trying to tackle that in a really fun and vibrant way, and the kids love it. So
can certainly see that. They're absolutely thrilled with getting on to these major racetracks, and that's, I think, one of the really important parts of it is that they not just going to provincial or country tracks, they're here on major days. That's exciting.
It's really exciting, and today they walked out and Jamie Carr waltzed on up and had a yarn to them, gave them a few tips, albeit she said go as fast as you can, and that is not really what we tell them. So, and then Gay was fantastic with them. So to meet the stars of our sport, you know, so Savannah, who rode in Gay's colours today, she cut second. She also rode in Gay's colours in Brisbane. And now she follows all of her horses. So she got to meet her today and she was overwhelmed just to meet her.
This is the first race. We saw the small pony being taken out by Blair, and I've got to say, this is going to be a little jockey in the making for sure.
And how great for you to get a win up in your colours. But Blair's only 9. She hasn't raced before, but that little pony's quick. So we knew it would be quick, but, you know, we could never tell who's going to win. But she was a great little jockey.
And what about the bigger category? That was a smaller pony category. The bigger category, this is when you're seeing, your heart's in your mouth because some of these ponies can go a little bit quick, but it's all about control as well as being able to do well in the race. Yeah,
they travel over 650 metres, so they go quite a bit further, which slows them down towards the end. So if you ran these guys over 400, they're running really fast last 200 sectionals, so we make them go a little bit further. And
the winner of this race?
Well, the winner of this race we'd never met before, obviously wearing Craig Sneezeby's colours there, and great for him to get a win because those colours are brand new, obviously third in this year's Melbourne Cup, so it was great for him to have a win.
Had her little cap there coming over her eyes, a poor girl, she could barely see, coming into the concluding stages. What about upcoming races? I know that we've got one on Australia Day and Gay's granddaughter Sophia is taking part.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Gay's more excited about that than...
She would be.
Yeah. So she actually, you know, said, I really want Sophia to go in a pony race. And I said, well, there's no favouritism. You know, she has to come in on merit and has to be safe and has to be good enough. So she's in on Australia Day. Then we head to Adelaide Cup Day. And then we're all back for the All-Age Stakes Day in Sydney. So you'll see the first and the second place getters of all of these heats that we've been having around Australia in Sydney.
I've got a runner on a Group 1 day.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, you do.
It's like we get a big crowd to Randwick on that day. You know, there'll be in excess of 25,000 people there.
Yeah.
What an absolute thrill for them. What's the feedback been from these young girls and boys afterwards about wanting to persist and maybe, you know, they're still so young, you know, so many years ahead of them, but to persist and find a job or a place within the industry going forward?
It's really safe to say they're in love with it now.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're half a chance in terms of staff if they know that we exist. So they know we exist now and they have so much fun. They tell us that it's the greatest horse event, equestrian event they've participated in. So they really love it and that's what spurred us on to do a series. So, look, hopefully it can continue.
I've spoken to you before about the grassroots of the racing industry, and one thing that has stuck in my mind since you've told me is that when you went out to all of these equestrian events, they didn't know who the stars of our sport were. Yeah. Gay Waterhouse, Winks, they had no idea. Now are they starting to understand and realise who we have got within our industry? Yeah, so when they get their colours, we tell them to research those. And so, funnily enough, they have so much knowledge now. So the little girl that rode in Craig Sneezeby's colours in Victoria, they're in constant contact. She gets his runner sheets. She dresses up in his silks when he's got a runner and cheers them on. And so, you know, these are kids that didn't know anything about our sport. So the first race, the little girl that wore Gay's colours had never heard of Gay Waterhouse. The little girl that wore Deb Capitas's colours, Wappett's colours, had never heard of Wicks. So that tells you that we have got this equestrian community that do not know
anything about us. It's not like kids playing soccer where they know all the soccer stars or the cricket stars. So there's a job to do, and hopefully we're doing it.
You're doing it very well.
We feel the same onus, you know, doing this each and every week to make it fun and engaging for young people to sit there and go, that looks like fun, I like racing.
Yeah.
And they would be very inspired by your work and the other finalists for tonight's Women in Racing Award. So we've got the Hall of Famers and then the National Racing Woman of the Year Award. This is a big honour in its inaugural year, and I've got to say, Lizzie and I, hoping you do take this one out. We think you've done a marvellous job.
You do.
Yeah. Annabelle and Vic are great friends of mine, and I work really closely with them, so it's tricky, and it's nice to be recognised, I suppose, because we're in the trenches doing the doing, so we don't often stop and reflect on anything we're doing. So that's a gorgeous thing. And Katie Page is always a big supporter of women, and Magic Williams, so no, it's great.
I think it's important to really highlight what all the women have done within the industry, but you have really filled a void, and that's so important for all of us and for the future of racing. Thank you,
Lizzie.
Thank you for joining us, Lindy. Good luck tonight. Looking forward to those other pony races later in the series. Lindy Maurice there as we take you into the yard at Randwick Race 7.